Hi, my name is Chris Peters, and I'm an end-user product marketing manager with Intel Server Product Group. Today I'm here with Sudeep Shahal from Intel IT's Enterprise Compute Division, and we're here to explore the technology considerations as IT deploys virtualization. In our first part, we explored all the different use models and why they were attractive to IT. So as you've deployed and started to work with virtualization, is that impacting the considerations you look for in technology across your infrastructure?
As the extent of virtualization deployment increases and more important or more critical applications get virtualized, the attention on the infrastructure increases as much as a result of that. So let's just take a look at this diagram. So what you see here are these what would be the virtualization hosts, the physical servers running the virtual machine. So this is a cluster of them that is managed as an entity by what's called the virtualization manager that controls all of them, gets status updates from each one, and sends commands to them. What we show here are a couple of connections. So you'll have a high-speed local area network on one side connecting these servers. And then on the back-end side, this cluster of hosts will share the storage through a storage area network.
Really kind of all the areas of the platform are being, and network are being, for that matter, affected by virtualization.
That's correct,
okay.
Yes.
All right. So are there any decisions that you make when you look at, populating a node?
Given the constraint on the number of nodes or servers, permitted in a cluster, then the only way to increase the capacity of the cluster would be to have higher capacity servers.
Okay.
So let's say if one choice is a cluster made up of, smaller servers, and you compare it with a cluster,
two-socket server. Okay.
And you compare it with a cluster made up of four-socket servers, then the cluster with the four-socket server is going to have much higher capacity measured in terms of virtual machines that it can host.
When you talk about this flexible live migration capabilities, what capabilities do you need moving forward?
So, Chris, couple of them. The first one would be in maintaining some instruction set compatibility across the new processor generations as they come in to allow us to still maintain common resource pool as new servers are deployed. So that's key to maintaining flexibility in terms of live migration. Without that, one gets constrained to kind of smaller pools or puddles within the whole cluster. But to get seamless, large resource pools, one needs compatibility across the board.
Is this load balancing and the other flexible use models we've been talking about, is that impacting the robustness and I/O capabilities on your platforms?
Networking becomes more and more important as one deploys more virtual machines per host. And so that increases the networking requirements in terms of capacity or throughput, higher speed. As we grow these resource pools, we can envision requirements around quality of service so that one's able to prioritize the traffic from the more mission-critical applications above those of traffic from applications that are not that critical.
You mentioned a lot about storage and talked about the need to have a common storage network and how important that is for your high availability. What kind of demands are that being placed on the storage network from virtualization?
It's kind of similar concepts applied. The more VMs per host, deploy more critical mission-critical applications. And we'd expect the storage I/O needs to also be on the trajectory like on the local area network side.
So really, in summary, flexible virtualization, this use models of live migration, is really forcing a tremendous amount of change of requirements across not only just the individual server, but across time as well as the entire network and storage of your environment. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. The implications are far-reaching.
It's certainly clear to me how virtualization is transforming the technology requirements across the data center. Join us in part 3, where Intel technologists will be talking about the capabilities that exist today as well as moving forward.